We live.
We're doing it live.
Hello, Facebook world. Kelly Price and Chris Barriere here from NBC 26. Talking a little Packers halftime show. 14-10 at the half over the Redskins. Kelly, what do you think? Initial thoughts of the first half of second preseason?
I think so far the MVP is going to be the defense. They're wrapping up tackles, which was obviously a huge problem against Philadelphia. I mean, that last drive was huge. That's against the second, third string defense, and they almost got the stop there in fourth in a red zone situation. I mean, that was huge to see them kind of do that.
And there was huge tackles on that play. In a regular game situation, probably would just result in a field goal. So you wouldn't have seen that fourth down situation. The other big thing to start the first half was the surprise of Aaron Rodgers. Nobody knew that he was going to play until about an hour before the game. We talked a little bit about it in the pregame. He kind of broke it actually on Instagram. But a smart move maybe, because you know that next week when you have Denver, it's a really tough defense. Do you really want to show Aaron Rodgers for the first time against the toughest defense? But what do you think of his drive?
I thought he was solid. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. We can't really do a lot of critiquing there. I mean, even his slide that he had there was like a pretty slide.
Cool?
Like, I don't even know how he did that. But I mean, he looked solid. That touchdown to Marty, we're going to see so much of that Martellus Bennett connection, I think, in the regular season. That mismatch is just, like, not fair to opposing defenses. Like, it should just be illegal.
and the thing is, you know, that little fade route is like you said, it's going to be lethal, and it's something that Martellus perfected in New England, and now he's going to bring that here. Really, the only player that a guy like Aaron really needed some game action with is Martellus Bennett. All the other receivers he's very used to. Sure, you have the running backs, whatever, but that's not as crucial as developing chemistry with your receivers, your tight ends, and those guys. So the one player you did want to see build chemistry with is the guy that he built chemistry with.
And speaking of the running backs, I think that they've done a solid job behind. Obviously, Ty Montgomery's out with that soft tissue leg injury. Jamal Williams started in his place, and then Aaron Jones had a nice touchdown as well. So I think they've been doing a pretty good job. They've been protecting the football so far. Pass protection has been decent. Jamal Williams
You're
solid.
right. They were solid, but
he's like a slow and steady guy. Like, he's not someone that's going to break off and beat you with speed. Like, he's a slow and steady back. Gets those like small gains that get you in a good position.
It's fair, but I want to see a big play. You know, and I think not just for Packers fans and for the security of the run game, but for the running backs as well. I think it's important to their confidence, especially these young guys. I want to see a breakout play, and I think it'll happen. I don't think it's the running back's problem. I think that not so much the first line, but the second unit offensive line struggled a little bit on a couple of those drives. And because of that, you got Brett Hundley has been under some serious pressure right from the first. I mean, he's sacked on his first play of the game, and he's felt the pressure the whole time. So I'd like to see the line tighten up a little bit, and that will in turn create some more holes for the running backs.
Yeah, I agree. Jason Spriggs has not looked good throughout camp and throughout this preseason, and those a majority of those kind of problems they were having with the line were kind of on him.
Sure.
Some bad blocks and some bad assignments there, busted assignments, I guess. But I agree with you with the running back stuff. I think that we do need to see something. I do think that explosive running back is going to be Ty Montgomery.
I hope so.
Obviously, I think he has more of the tools in place to be that explosive running back versus Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, Devontae Mays. Those three rookies aren't kind of the explosive types. But like I said, Jamal Williams is going to be that solid, like, just puts his kind of head in there and works.
Sure.
And he's been doing that so far. I don't know how much we'll see of him since he was on that first team. He kind of got pulled out, and then Devontae Mays and Aaron Jones were playing in relief of him, so we'll see how much we see of him in the second half. I don't know
exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's got 5 carries so far in the first half, and then, like you said, he got pulled, and Jones really got the majority of the work in that first half there. 2 big things that Packers head coach Mike McCarthy said he wanted to see this team improve on from the Eagles game into the Redskins game. One was ball security. For the most part, the team's been great at that, minus one return punt, which could cost a guy a job. Yeah,
Trevor Davis, that was not how he wanted to start his second preseason game of this season. Obviously, last against the Eagles, he had that huge breakout punt return, but muffed the punt, resulted in, the defense actually did a good job defending after they recovered, but they did get a field goal on that. So obviously there's points on the board that wouldn't have happened maybe if that punt isn't muffed.
And the problem is, a guy like Davis, his spot on this team is earned through special teams, not through his play at wide receiver. So if you're not making plays on your bread and butter routine, then I don't know, there's a lot of competition at wide receiver, maybe so much so that a guy like that could get bumped. The second thing, so McCarthy talked about ball security. The second thing you wanted to see was improved team tackling, and that dramatically from game 1 to game 2.
Huge response by the defense there. I mean, I thought their start in general in the first half was so much faster than last preseason game. They started so slowly against Philadelphia, and I think they just completely 180'd that one today.
Well, what does it say, to have literally a third unit defense out against the top unit offense for the Redskins? Cousins is in there, and he's like, we got to keep going because for Coach Gruden on the Redskins side, he wants to see that his team can perform, if not against the first team, maybe the second team, even the third team. And yes, they scored that late touchdown. But like you said at the beginning of this Facebook Live,
it could have not happened.
Right, and honestly, you expect them to score that touchdown? Of course, they're going to score that touchdown.
Yeah.
That's the starting players for the Redskins against most guys who haven't played at all.
In the red zone.
In the red zone, exactly. Whitehead. It all kind of stemmed from that big pass where Whitehead got burned. But what are you going to do? I mean, overall, I think you still look at that half and say, this is exciting. This is good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still the preseason, so I mean, take it all with a giant grain of salt. But I'm going to hop on. We have some comments and questions here. Kenneth, says the defense is looking great. No running game still. So, yeah.
Again, like we talked about, I think it just comes down to a breakthrough play. And I don't necessarily think right now you blame the running backs. I think the line, like you said, has got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Patrick from Birmingham, Alabama says, "Go Packers." Hey Patrick, how you doing? Colton, score update. It was 14-10 at the half. Not watching the game right now. Laughing emoji. Kenneth responded. Thank you, Kenneth, for filling in for us there. Cindy says, "Yeah, I'm missing the game because my daughter broke the antenna." Ooh, yikes, that's not good.
Way to go!
Because she was mad watching the Packers?
Right?
Or who's winning? So obviously we've covered that. The Packers are ahead 14-10 at this point. Are the Packers doing good? Hopefully we've kind of answered that question.
I think we've covered that for the most part as well. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, the rest is just Kenneth and Colton saying thank you to each other. So thanks, guys, for kind of resolving that among yourselves.
Well, how about a programming note then? After the game, we've got a 1-hour live post-game show coming up right there, and right over here. We'll be here. And
we'll be green. There'll be like stuff behind us.
Yeah, the magic power of television. So we'll be back after the game with a post-game show, and enjoy the second half. For those of you who can watch, for those of you who have broken antennas, keep it tuned to us here on Facebook, Twitter, and all your social media needs, and we'll keep you up to date. See you later.